we went through the syllabus, which was the first thing. Okay. Takes time, huh? Okay. First of all, what is a profession? I asked this question in the last lecture as well. I asked what is a profession, right? When you get a degree, what does it mean? Okay. Creativity, that was engineering, right? For you, everything is creativity. Don't be so creative. What was the meaning of a professional? Yes, tell me. You are a professional doctor, for example. You want doctors to be creative? No. No, right? No, profession, in general. You are a professional, okay? So, yes. Capable to do certain things, yes. Independent, yes. Responsible, you mean? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. Yes. I want an answer from the girl side then. Yes, I do discrimination, yes. Yes. Anything from here? A professional means what? Could be anything, okay? Professional doctor, lawyer, engineer, okay? IT professional. What does it mean? They are saying they should be responsible, independent, and what are you saying?
You be capable to do certain
Capable
things.
of doing something. Yes. Anything else? Think creative. No problem. Come up with an answer. Yes. Anything else? Yes. If you are capable to do something, that means what? That means what? If something goes bad here, for example, the mic is not working, and I ask you, okay, do something with it. Can you do it? Yes. You can do it? Okay, I'll keep it in mind. You can do it because you have knowledge. Yes. I said from the girl side. Equal rights, huh? Why did you say from the girl side? I can talk. Usually it's the other way around. Okay. So, yes, knowledge is important. Expertise are important. So you are capable to do something because you have knowledge, you have expertise. A professional should have knowledge and expertise. Okay. And yes, he should be responsible. And yes, he should then act independently. So all these things are part of any profession. This is the thing which I mentioned, right? Okay. So we are in the era of knowledge and information, right? Okay. If I ask you something, it will take you maybe 2 seconds to get an answer, right? But what they are saying? You should have what? Knowledge? Yes? Highly skilled knowledge. Okay. And yeah, two things here. Yes. Specialized and skilled. Specialized and skilled. Okay. Specialized means what? You cannot be a master of everything. Right? You have heard the phrase, right? Something of all trades and master of none, right? Okay. If you have something from everything, then you are expert of nothing. Okay. One is standing in front of you, right? It seems from the courses which I give you. Okay. But anyway, your luck. So it should be specialized, it should be in a particular field. So you cannot say I'm a professional of everything or my profession is everything. Okay. When you associate yourself with a profession, you have to narrow it down. Okay, I'm in this field, this is my field. Okay, I specialize in this field, and then you stick to it. Okay, and then they are saying highly skilled knowledge. Yes, what's the difference between having knowledge and skilled knowledge? Yes, you can practice it. Yes, you know the practical aspects of that knowledge. This is what I would say. Okay, you don't just memorize the things. You know how they could be done. Okay. And second thing, which will come later on as well, you know how to behave with that knowledge. Okay. Your skill is not only fixing things or working with things. Your skill is also to work with, this is what I mentioned last time as well. You have to work with who? Huh? Everybody. Okay? You are doing engineering for the society. You have a role as an engineer in the society. Every professional has a role in the society. This is how God created the society. That everybody needs somebody else. Okay? Yes, we try to be independent in our profession, but still it means that we are interacting with others. We need something from others. Money, obviously. And they need something from us, right? Okay, so a skill is how to do how to do things, or how to work with things, and also how to work with people. Okay, so it includes your ability, okay, and also your behavior. Okay, clear. Okay, so anybody can download books and read them and so on and so forth, but it doesn't make them a professional in that field. Okay, the first category, we are all able to do it, right? We download book and read it, and now we have things which can summarize the books for us, right? What is summary of this book and that book, and it will give you what is on page number this and what is the answer of this. You can get all this information very easy. Okay, but that doesn't make you a professional in that field. We wish and we act like it, but we don't. Okay, then it requires academic training. You have to go through an academic process, and it has been like this not now, since ages. Okay, even in ancient times we didn't have universities like this with a room and a projector and chairs and so on. Okay, but that still doesn't mean that anybody could come and say that I can do such and such, so I am now a professional in that field. It doesn't mean, or it doesn't happen like this. It has not happened like this since a very, very long time. Okay, you have to go through the entire training process to acquire. We said, what do we need? We need skilled knowledge, right? We need skilled knowledge. Okay, so I forgot to add a cartoon here. There was something, somebody showed it to me. Okay, he was telling his friend that I have taught my dog how to whistle. Okay, he told his friend, I have taught my dog how to whistle. Okay, so the other person said, why is your dog not whistling? He told him, I taught him, but he didn't learn. Okay, I was teaching him, but he didn't learn anything. Okay, you can imagine the other way around as well. Somebody says, I'm an engineer. This is what you say. This is what you say. Why should I believe you? For if I switch the example, it becomes very easy to understand. Okay, you become sick in your house, for example, you have fever or something. You tell your, I don't know, mother, father, whoever. Okay, and then they start treating you, right? Right or wrong? You say, we have this and this. They say, just take this and go outside. Right? Now you're in this age, right? They can give you anything. Even if you go to the doctor, they are just experimenting on you. So don't go there. No, you should go. But the point is, they are treating you. But do you call them a doctor? But they give you something and you become healthy again. So, they become a doctor? They did the same thing with your other siblings as well. And they are also working fine. So what is left now? You tell them the problem, they give you the medicine, you become healthy. What's left? So today you go and you start calling them doctor, Dr. Mama and Dr. Baba. Right? But they didn't go through the process of academic training. They didn't go through the process which earns them the right to be called a professional in that field. Okay, so the process is missing. Okay, the process of getting that knowledge is missing. Okay, so knowledge is the outcome. Knowledge is the outcome. Skilled knowledge is the outcome. Yes, you should have skilled knowledge. But to get that knowledge, you should have gone through that process as well to get the knowledge. Okay? So the result is important. The process is also important. Clear? Okay. Any questions? So the process of academic training is important, and this is what you are doing here. Okay. So what will it? Why is it important? Why the process is important? First, it will make sure that you are covering all aspects of your profession. Okay. So going back to the example of your mother and father who are giving you tablets and medicine for your illness, they know you, okay, and they know what has happened with you in the past, okay. But if something is new, then they don't know, okay. So you may have a fever, they give the same medicine, you don't become healthy, then you have to go to the doctor because that part of knowledge is missing with them, okay. But can the same thing happen, or should the same thing happen with the doctor? You say, no, I know only this type of fever. By the way, to do that, right? Yes, I know fever, but now there's a problem with your hand, so you have to go to some other doctor, right? Okay, and that other doctor will say, oh, you have a problem with your hand because you have a problem with your mind. So go to another doctor, right? They do that. Okay, but the thing is, the professional or specialist of that field cannot say, I know this much and I don't know this much. Okay, he is supposed to have covered everything. Okay, so this is why the academic training process is important, because that process will make sure that you have covered all aspects. Okay, you are not missing anything. Okay, and secondly, again, the behavior, how to behave as a professional. This is also part of academic training. In the old days, okay, they used to do tests, and not tests and exams just for your knowledge. Okay, write this and tell me this and do this. Not only that, okay, they used to do or examine you on how you behave. Okay, how you behave with your teacher, how you behave with your colleagues, students. Okay, and if I give you something, how quickly you can do it. So they measure all these things. So this is part of academic training. Okay, so that's why when we give the exam, it has a schedule, right? It has a time. It has a time limit. Okay, it has some restrictions. All this is part of your training. How to work with all these things. Okay, so if you give you a free hand, okay, you have to write this, do whatever you want. Okay, then the training is incomplete, because in the field you will not have the free hand. Got it? Okay, so all this is part of the training. Yeah. So we said that now you are capable of doing something, okay, but maybe what you are doing is not safe or is not acceptable for certain people. Okay, but how would I know this? Okay, how would I know that, okay, I'm designing a building in this way, the doors should be this big, the windows should be at this side, and so on and so forth, but maybe for some people it is not acceptable. Okay, because of their culture, because of some environmental reasons. Okay, maybe what you are doing right now, and this has happened, right? This has happened earlier when industries started to grow, factories and industries. You know, people earlier they didn't have these machines. Okay, yes, I'm so old then. But when the machines were invented, this became the new trend. Okay, and still is going on. Okay, it became the new trend. Okay, let us make everything do automatically. Okay, this is still going on, right? Why should I do something? I should just live and die. But they started to convert everything to mechanical, right? And what did they do? They were not thinking that if we are doing this, then our machines are consuming resources, right? And they are polluting the environment. Okay, they were not thinking like this. Got it or not? And the people who are working with the machines, they could have some psychological issues. They had. Okay. This is where we had the concept of the weekend or the 8 hours a day, working day. Because the people who were working on those machines had a problem. They worked for too long, they started to affect them. Okay, some people lost their life, it's going on. Okay, so when they invent something new, they don't know what is going to happen. Okay, then somebody sees, no, these are the consequences. Okay, so now if you are in the field, you are in the professional field, you are in the construction field, for example. Okay, you tell someone, okay, now you have to lift these blocks and put it over there. Okay, before you do that, you have to make sure that he is wearing the correct equipment. They call it safety equipment, the personal protective equipment, PPE. You have to make sure that he is wearing that. Why? He can still lift the blocks. What's the problem? He can lift the blocks, put it over there. What's the problem? But now people know if he falls, the block can fall on his leg, or he can fall with the block, then it will be, he can get a severe injury, he can get killed as well. Okay, so somebody came and said, no, you cannot do it like this. This is a procedure which you have to follow. Okay, so this is why we need professional bodies. These bodies make sure that what you are doing is according to certain standards. Okay, and those standards are acceptable for everybody in your field.
Is it the same as the codes?
Sorry?
Is it the same as the
Yes,
codes?
the codes are given by professional bodies. Okay, you know any code which is used for design? You mentioned it.
American code and the UK code.
Okay, American code is given by who? What is the organization which has given us the American code? Anybody? Yes.
The institute.
Which institute? Some institute. It's ACI, American Concrete Institute, the one which we use. There are others as well, obviously. So what is ACI? What is American Concrete Institute? It's a professional body, right? Yeah, these bodies give us something in written, so we don't go to them for everything. I have a new building to design, let me call American Concrete Institute. What do I do with this? No, they have a code, it's published, you get it and you follow it. Okay, but I am trying to tell you, why do we need them? Okay, why do we need them? Because they have done more research, they have gathered more data, so now they have more or broader knowledge about this subject. So maybe you don't know something which they know. Okay, so if you are following their code, then you are already taking care of the things which they have already experienced. Get my point? Okay, I'll give you an example from my field. I'm from transportation. Okay, so we have Institute of Transportation Engineers. Okay, they tell us specifically how many parking spaces we should provide for each type of building. Okay, clear? Now let's say I am building a very big mall in Bahrain for the first time. Okay, so I don't know how many parking spaces should I expect, right? Because this type of building is done for the first time. Okay, or the airports. How many airports we have? 1, 2, 3, 2 or 3. You say one is at my house. One at my house, one for everybody else, and one for my granduncle. 2 or 3. But the thing is, we don't have enough data to calculate on our own, right? How many parking spaces should we expect for an airport? You have only one example. Okay, so how can I do it for future? Okay, so then I go to that code which is done by a professional body, and they will tell me, okay, this much parking spaces for an airport, or this many parking spaces for a hospital. Okay, so the professional bodies basically try to cover the aspects which are or which could be affected by the results of your design. You design in a certain way, but you don't know what are the results of this design, and you don't have the data to check it. Okay, then you rely on them. Clear? Okay, You mentioned British code and American code. Okay. Right now we are using American code more, British code less. Okay. Why? Because there are reasons behind it. Okay. They say the American code is more effective, more efficient. Who told me? How do I know? Okay. They did, yeah, the professional body. They did the experiment. They collected the data. On the basis of that data, they are saying, okay, our results are better than them. Now we accept it. Clear? Okay. The professional bodies, when you follow them, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Every time I have something new, and I become worried, how would I do it? Okay. Or if I do it, what are the results? Okay. So to avoid that. Okay. Yes. This is. So I told you about the process. After you finish the process, you should go through what? Say it. You should go through examination, right? Okay. So I told you, you read the books, you do this, but in the end, I gave the example of the dog whistling, right? The dog is not whistling, but the person was saying, I taught him to whistle. Okay. So in the same way, I can say, I taught you engineering profession. Okay. But how would I know that you have learned it? Or how would somebody else know that I taught you properly? Maybe I was just making jokes in the class, right? Which I am doing, right? Somebody has to take an exam, right? Somebody has to check your learning. Okay, so you cannot be a professional until you have gone through some sort of exam. The exam can be oral, written, okay, or by doing something. Okay, any type of exam. Okay, I've already mentioned this many times. Okay, so every professional has a role in the society, and that role is very important. This is the whole scheme of universe which is created by God. You are not by yourself. You are not independent. Okay, like as a professional, we try to be independent in doing our job, but that doesn't mean that I can do everything alone. Okay, so people need us, and we need others. So every profession has a vital role in the society. Okay, this brings me to another thing. Who is worried about getting a job after they graduate? Raise your hand. Nobody, huh? Only this. Only this. And the rest of you will start your own business, right? Huh? Who else? Who is worried about they will get a job or not after they graduate? Raise your hand. You did, right? Okay. Okay. Now, why would somebody employ you? Why do they give you a job? How many are you here? 30? Huh? Counted so fast? Okay. 30 maybe. Okay, fine, no problem. 30, let's say. Okay. Why should somebody give you a job? Why not the rest of the 30? Okay. It depends upon how important you are to them. You have to show your importance. Okay. When you are selecting your field, they say, okay, which field has more scope in the market? Which field has more jobs in the market, right? Okay. So which field has more jobs in the market? The one which is serving more to the society. Okay. Which is creating more useful things for the society, and so on and so forth. Okay. That's why they say doctors and engineers are a safe investment. They are always needed. Okay. But you have to get the point that a profession is important for society. Yeah. I give you the example of the foreman or supervisor and engineer. Engineer is considered as a professional. The other person is considered as a technician. Okay, or something lower. Okay, so if you are not a professional, okay, then usually the salary scale is also lower. Okay, when you go through this whole process, then you are expecting to get higher. Okay, but in many cases it may not be. You may have to start very, very low. Okay, people start from zero as well, right? Zero salary. You go for training and so on. Okay, so you don't get anything. Okay, but in the end, overall, general, the salary scale should be higher for a professional. Okay, so when you start your company, don't do this. Okay. Yes. So we have legal things to worry about, and we have some ethical aspects to worry about as well. Okay, I told you professional doesn't only mean that he has the knowledge or he can do something. He also knows how to behave. And the other thing, legal aspects, is very important. As a professional, what you can do, what you cannot do. Okay, so for example, you are an engineer. You make a design, and you present that design with a drawing. Okay, that drawing should have your name on it. Okay, this is your legal requirement. Your design cannot go without your name. Okay, so putting your name is a legal requirement. Okay, then the design should go to a government organization, a government department, which will approve the design. Okay, that department is following some standards. Okay, so for example, you are designing a bridge. So Bahrain has a standard for how high should the bridge be, okay, or how wide the road should be. Okay, so your design could be as good as possible, but if you are not following the legal requirements, it will not be approved. Okay, so you should know what are the legal and ethical requirements of your profession. Okay, that's why we have courses like this, so you have an idea about it. Okay, about these requirements. Okay, so this was about profession in general. Okay, now we are moving towards engineering as a profession. Okay, so engineers, they rely on logical, systematic problem solving. So again, we are trying to solve a problem. Let me summarize it. Meaning that when you solve a problem or when you give a solution, you must have done your working behind it, which you can present and justify. Okay, so I am saying the column should be this wide. Okay, or the slab should be this much thick. Okay, or don't use steel bars of this dia, use steel bars of this dia. Okay, so then somebody asks me why. Okay, I should be able to show them how did I get to that value. Okay, this is called logical and systematic. Okay, obviously logical includes, and you have to follow the standards, you have to take in care of the purpose and so on. Okay, so for example, somebody came to me and they said, we want to design a bridge for the pedestrians. Okay, and somebody else comes and he says, I want to design a bridge for vehicles. Okay, we have pedestrian bridges, right, to cross the road. Okay, do you think they will have the same design? No, because the purpose is different. So you have to first of all think why I am designing, the logic, the reason. Okay, why this structure will be used. Okay, why this product will be used. It could be a structure, it could be something else. Okay, who will use this product? Who will use this structure? First of all, you have to think about that. Okay, then you start your process of problem solving. Problem solving doesn't mean, okay, calculate this and calculate this. Your problem is provide a structure. These are the types of questions you will have in the final years of your program. Okay, right now the exams you have, this value, calculate this, right? Something like this. But when you reach to the final stage, your questions will be design, not a question, your project could be design a 20-story building. This is your problem now. Okay, so don't think about problem solving, okay, I'll put values in the equation and get the answer. No. Problem could be the issue you have. I have an issue that we have too much congestion on the road. Okay, too many vehicles on the road. This is a problem. Now you do something to remove this problem. Okay, so you will design a new bridge, or you will design a new signal, design something. Okay, so that is also part of problem solving. But the point I was making was your solution should be logical. It should make sense that yes, in this case, for these people, for this purpose, I can do this. Okay, It should be logical. And the second thing is, it should follow a systematic process. So if somebody asks me, how did you get to that value? I can show him the entire sequence. This is step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. I followed this code. I took the answer from here. This is the material available and so on and so forth. Clear? Okay. So systematic means you have to follow the process which you can show to the other people that I have done this. Okay. And that also makes sure about two things. Okay. You know, again, I keep on giving the example for doctors. I hate them. So you go to a doctor, he says, okay, take this medicine. You take that medicine, it doesn't work for 2 days, you go to another doctor, right? This doctor doesn't know anything. So he gives you something else. Okay. Clear? But if you are following a systematic approach, okay, it happened to one of my friends. He was taking medicine for pain in the hand. Doctor was giving him medicine and so on. He went to another doctor. He said, no, you have to do the surgery. You see the difference? Taking tablets and doing a surgery and getting your hand in the cast for two weeks or something. Okay, you see the difference between the results, okay, or the approach. We don't want the same thing to happen in the engineering profession. You go to one person, he designs a bridge which costs maybe 1 million BD. You go to another person, he tells you, okay, I can do it in like 100,000 BD. Okay, there's a lot of difference. Okay, so this makes everything doubtful. We don't want this. So systematic also makes sure that everybody is getting the same answer. Okay, this is what happens in the exam, right? When you give the exam, this is the right answer. Okay, if you didn't get this, 0. Get this, 100, right? Okay. Why? Because they are looking for a specific answer which will come according to this approach. There is no other answer here. Got it? Clear? Okay. So systematic approach makes sure that you have reason for your answer and that everybody is at the same level. Whether they come to me or some other engineer in the organization, they will be giving you the same results. Okay, so the end result could be a product, it could be a process, it could be a system or a service. Okay. So give me example of a product which you can provide to your client as an engineer. Cement. Okay. Concrete. Okay. Concrete the product. Okay. Process. You can think outside civil engineering as well, no problem. As an engineer, can I sell a process to the client? Any example? It happens. People sell processes. Yes. Anyone? No one? Okay. When you will go to the industry, you will see that they follow quality assurance process. To maintain the quality, you have to follow these steps. The steps are the process. So there are organizations, engineering organizations, non-engineering organizations, which work on these processes. Okay, process for ensuring quality, process for construction of a building, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you can design the process as well. Okay, process of maintaining infrastructure, roads, for example. So they don't give you anything physical. They tell you follow these steps, methodology, method. Okay, so they tell you the method. They design a method which is very effective, and they tell you follow the method, you will be successful, or something like this. Okay, system. So we're not talking about one thing now. System is a group of things, right? Any example? Very obvious. Very obvious. I said you can think outside civil engineering as well, no problem. Any system which you buy and sell. Academic system, okay, fine, no problem. Anything else? Anything physical? Hmm?
The mobile system.
Sorry?
The mobile phone system.
Mobile phone system, yes. Yes. Okay, they have the whole system. You have gone to any lab? Huh? No lab? Okay. So the labs, if you have seen the big equipments in the lab, okay, they are the entire system. Okay. If you have gone to concrete lab or something, or maybe the workshop, I don't know, then you would see that there is a whole system. Concrete is not made by one equipment. Okay, it's a whole system. You need this and then this and then this. Okay, so it's an entire system. Okay, you go to any construction site, you will see the cranes, right? What do you think a crane is? What? It's a system. Okay, they don't bring the whole crane. They bring what? Parts. Okay, then they make the whole system. Okay, the crane system. Okay, yeah, takes things and puts things. Okay, that's a whole system. It's not one part. Okay, it's a whole system. So a system can be your selling and buying item. Okay, or a service. Yes, it should be very easy. Service which you sell and buy, related to engineering. Design. Design is what? It's a service. You tell me I need a design, give you a service. Okay. Checking, yes. Teaching, yes. Very good service. Got it. Okay, so you can have any of these things. Okay, you may be giving or receiving any of these things. Okay, but you have to, in all these things, there are three common things you have to consider. Three common factors you have to consider. Okay, safety, reliability, cost effectiveness. Okay, in everything, whether it's a product or a system or a process or a service. In all these cases, engineers have to keep these three things in mind. Okay, and I believe they should be in the same order. Okay, the order which is mentioned. So what is the first thing mentioned? Safety, right? Everybody agrees on that. Okay, safety is the main concern. Okay, human life is more important than anything else, right? Okay, so safety is our main concern, and safety could be, I already gave the example on site safety, right? You want somebody to do some work on the site, you have to make this safe as well. So this is related to process, construction process. Okay, you have the building should be safe for the people who are living in there, right? Okay, so it's a system, it's a product. Okay, somebody was mentioning about cement. Okay, so cement has its own issues. Okay, when you're using cement, you have to make sure about the safety of the people who are using it and so on. Okay, reliability. Reliability means what? Give me an idea. Correct. Okay. Accurate. Anything else? Huh?
Like a reliable car.
Yeah. What do you call like a reliable car? Huh? In a long term, yes. Yes. Okay. So when you switch it on, you know it will start, right? Huh? Everybody agrees? Okay. Okay. Between 2 points. Between 2 points. How many straight lines I can have? One, right? Huh? So the most accurate, the most definite path between the 2 points is one line. And there cannot be more straight lines between 2 points, right? Okay. I'm trying to incorporate the accuracy part. Accuracy means what? Always gives the same answer, right? Always gives the same answer. But if that answer is always wrong, if that answer is always wrong, it's reliable, right? Still reliable. I'm relying on him, he is always wrong, right? Okay, I'm relying on that person that if he says something is always wrong. Okay, that is also reliability. Okay, but we don't want that one. We want the other one, which is to have the same correct answer every time. Okay, so remember I told you about being systematic. Huh? What did I say about what did I say here? Systematic means what? I gave you two things. Systematic means what?
Follow a system to show them.
Yeah, you follow a system so that you can show to your client that I have gone to this value using this. Systematic, one of the things. What was the other thing? Why we should be systematic? One reason is so we can show our client why we have this. What was the other reason? Everybody has the same. The system should lead to the same answer no matter who is doing it, right? So this is the part of reliability. Okay, clear? Okay, now the third thing which is mentioned at the end, okay, which is cost effectiveness. Okay. You should try to reduce the cost as much as possible. Okay, the problem is if you reduce the cost, then you may have a problem with the other two things. Okay, when you are going for low cost, it may not be safe, it may not be reliable. Okay, for example, I design a building and I try to reduce the cost of the building, so I use cheap material and I reduce the dimensions of my structure. The column is thin, the slab is thin, and so on. Okay, I wanted 20 columns, I said no, I will make 18 or 15 or whatever. Cost is very low now, but it may not be safe. Okay, and again, taking the car example, it may not be reliable. Okay, it may work for few days and then maybe it will collapse. Okay, so cost has to be balanced with the other two things. So you want to make it as safe and as reliable as possible, but every time it cannot be 100% safe and 100% reliable, because if you try to make that, okay, it will have a problem with the cost. Okay, I just give you one last example for the cost. Okay, or the yes, for the cost. If I design a building which can have 50,000 people in it, okay, I know 50,000 people will never come in this building. Okay, so building is safe, no matter what you do, it's safe. Okay, and it's not only safe for now, it is safe for life. But to create a building, construct a building which has a capacity of 50,000, the cost will be very, very high. Okay, so what did I do? Safety is 100%, reliability is 100%, but that also means the cost is maybe 500% high. Okay, so engineer has to worry about all three items and balance between them. It's not like I try to reduce this and increase this. It will not happen. They keep on pulling each other. Okay, so if you are going down here, this will go up. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, okay.